do you know how all reptiles reproduce?
I think I could give you a general description of
what sounds like the best time. That if you could for a
what
moment
sounds like
be that reptile and just try it once. Because here's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know
you
about
want
animals.
to try it? You think?
No, but like you know how they always say dolphins are the only ones that
Pleasure.
for pleasure.
Oh no, not at all.
That's what I thought.
How do they know that? You know what I mean? Let me
I think they know what dolphins because like dolphins are like
humping people.
Yeah. There was a whole article about a woman who
horny.
has sex with the dolphin sometimes in the ocean.
Just a woman?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's usually a man. It's usually a man
who
that's
fucks
fucking
a dolphin.
an
I've
animal.
actually never heard of it.
No, but it's usually a man that gets caught fucking.
I
an
was
animal.
like, fucking an animal, a man, establishing a very weird, intimate bond with an animal, woman, which has led to an entire like culture of horse girlism.
Which
I think is part of that. But you asked me.
There's another Twitter video with a horse recently that really upset me.
No, I don't.
Stop.
It was really upsetting.
Let's not talk about it.
We actually don't have to talk about it. Yeah, we can talk about something else.
No.
Has anyone been to church recently? Let's talk about that. Let's bring that back.
So which animal
has like the best time?
Oh yeah. So you said some animals do it for pleasure.
If you had to be an animal,
bonobos also have sex recreationally. In fact, that's a key part of their culture is that they use that to settle conflicts. Bonobos are kind of
hear that. Hear that,
buddy. Chimpanzees are famously violent and brutal, and they like attack each other and eat each other.
There's always consent.
No, there's chimpanzees. There's sometimes not consent. They're horrible, mean creatures.
May I rip your face off?
Yes, and then bonobos are totally different, where they're peace loving and they're all like sleeping with each other, and there's rarely incidents of violence.
You got to see it. I saw it at the Sex Museum. The first floor used to be animals, and the bonobos, and they're whacking it, just like walking around.
Really?
They're like, and the women, it's engorged. It's like
engorged.
A clementine.
Calm down.
Yeah, he's
the
freaking
way
out. Yeah.
You're talking about it.
You guys can't see it. Gianmarco is shaking and sweating right now. They are whacking it.
It's like a file on his computer. Bonobos. Clementines. You gotta see it.
Okay, well, it makes sense, but when the turtle does it, I mean, because they're doing it for so long.
Turtle reproduction is so violent and scary to me, particularly like land-based turtles and tortoises, because the males fight like hard. They like bash each other in. The tortoise you were mentioning, the sulcatas, they have these two projections at the bottom part of the shell called gular projections that they use to try to stab each other in the throat to become the dominant male. So I wouldn't want to deal with that. Like, I don't want to fight. You know what I mean? I would still be gay. I think ultimately, whatever it was, I would still be gay. I'm not fighting for a female.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to me. But
there any gay lizards?
Well, there are species that are entirely female. There exist no males, and they reproduce either through parthenogenesis by cloning themselves or through some other means where they've like
scissoring.
They shuffle through scissoring, through like building railroad tie gardens together and moving into apartments, and they wear like coveralls and Patagonia jackets, and they just have the time of their lives.
They adopt a cat.
They adopt a cat. The cat kills itself. The cat kills them.
Yeah.
And those are pretty fascinating. So I'd say there are definitely lesbian lizards. I don't know if they're
But how do they
fully
reproduce?
It's parthenogenesis is one way. There are a lot of reptiles who, in the absence of a presence of a male, the female can basically clone herself. But there are also some who do this other gene shuffling thing where there are males, but the males are all sterile. And so you just need a male to pretend to have sex with you, and then you can give birth.
The male just has to pretend?
The male just basically, he thinks he did a great job. He's like, oh, I come. I come. And then the female is able to successfully give birth. Yeah.
Wait, do whales? I have a question about whales.
I love this. It's just animal questions.
Because that happened recently. They found a video.
Yeah, two humpback whales.
Humpback whales, two guys having sex.
Yeah.
You only watch it on their OnlyFans. Fine.
That joke was a fluke. I'll say that.
Wait, so the whales have penises?
Yes.
Yeah.
But wait.
What are you talking?
I have so many interesting.
They think the Loch Ness monster. They think when the Loch Ness monster was like a whale,
but they're all growers, right? Because when you see them swimming around, you don't see those big penises
Yeah, well,
like laying down. Like when you
I like how you put it growing versus showing.
no, but where do they come from? I'm saying like,
I will say I wish whales had like the same anatomy as humans, because imagining a whale with like tits like, is so funny. Like she's beached and it's beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Like she's just reclining on the sand and her breasts are like laid out. Huge. No, they're huge. Yeah,
humpback titties.
There was an old, I think it was a college humor sketch, but it was about like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie where it was like they really captured the real CGI cocks for all the turtles. And once you think of it, you realize just how all these pieces of animal media that we consume just erase the fact that their genitals are just out there.
Well, they're not out there because
that's what I'm saying.
In whales have a genital sheath where everything is inside of like an internal sheath, so that they're streamlined, because a cock would slow them down.
Yeah.
A big old dick would slow them down in the water, and so they've evolved to have the cock on the inside.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps has this too.
Michael Phelps has.
Wait, I have a question though.
Most animals also have bones in their penises.
So, but the two humpbacks that were both males,
Yeah.
where was the one putting the other thing?
So he was either just humping the other whale, or he was sliding his into the other male's genital sheath. One of the two. Yeah.
Oh my God, he was docking?
And he was at sea,
why did you
so it's
laugh
accurate.
at me like you knew
Because I
everything
thought
about
the
it?
asshole. Does a whale not have an asshole?
Yeah, the whale has an asshole.
I thought I just assumed the gay whale put it in the other whale's asshole. Was that wrong?
No. Whales have a third hole. You understand?
There's
They
a
have the
blowhole,
genital
too.
sheath. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
that's
But they couldn't
suffocate?
breathe. Yeah.
I would be the whale that's so gay he suffocates. I'd be the whale that's so gay. I'm like, please stick it in my nose. I can't breathe.
Wait. Okay, so were they both enjoying the sex?
I think that there's no way for us to know for sure. Some people were. And ultimately, that's the mystery.
Mysteries of the universe.
They both were fully pleasured.
It was weird because some articles really went hard, apparently convinced that one whale was being fully assaulted. They were like, this male was engaging in sexual activity with a much weaker male. And I was like, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like
Harvey Weinstein.
yeah. You know.
So,
did you want to say that again?
yes, let's get it clean
Just
for the
wanna-
audience.
just look right
Harvey
in the camera.
Weinstein.
I don't know. I don't know if it was necessarily just that it was weaker. I think whales can be twinks. Do you know what I mean? I think one of the whales was just a twink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Any more questions?
Any more? Yeah. I mean, I do think about. I do think about.
You do often?
No, I not have whales. I think about animal stuff fucking a lot in terms of like sometimes you'll see an animal, you'll be like, and you'll have the thought, how does that reproduce?
it's
Do you know what I mean?
crazy.
Like
I
you'll
do.
look at it and it's hard. It like seems like it's hard to get around, and like it's just hard to imagine it doing the deed.
But when they say these animals don't enjoy it, they'll say certain animals don't enjoy
ducks.
it.
Yeah, mallard
But they
ducks.
still have to. They have to want to do it, and isn't want joy,
No,
pleasure?
the thing is, like, there are some animals who have evolved to have. I can't believe I'm talking about this. Have like violent, horrible mating experiences. For example, there are some kinds of ducks that are in arms races, basically, with the shapes of their genitals, because some female ducks are so often assaulted and attacked by male ducks that they have a very complex birth canal within their cloaca, so that the sperm sometimes gets trapped within these different channels. And so as a consequence, these males have evolved more and more complex penises to try to fit into these, because so often, like, so many of the females are sometimes drowned, basically, because the males like dive bomb them. And I can't believe
But some of them
What's
are into
crazy
that.
is we didn't invite you on to talk about this, but you
I
really
didn't. What did you-
seem,
oh, no, you had topics. You have
seem
topics
to
listed.
know a lot about animal sex. Like it's crazy.
And about animals. Okay, wait. This is confirmation bias because you guys are asking about sex. You could ask about anything.
You know about animals.
you're making
Sorry.
me feel like a
what do
freak.
ducks eat? And you're like, I don't know.
I don't know. Ass. Yum.
No, yeah, you know a lot about animals. It's very impressive. All right.
I do think it's whenever like a homophobic person is like, well, these animals don't do it. I'm like, you don't want to compare us to animals because then we're going to go into some crazy territory.
Yeah.
They got dicks
Well, that's the. Was that it?
That was
They
they
got
got
They got dicks.
They got dicks like
They got dicks. They got pussies.
They got it all.
You've seen the bonobos? They got these large pussies.
Like Clementine, like a sumo orange.
But that was the thing when you were growing up, like no one talked about like sex, but you go to the Animal Kingdom or whatever Discovery Channel and they'd show them sex, and that's like, well, you got to tell them about this.
Oh my gosh.
I went to a zoo in Omaha.
Henry
and-
Dorley.
Yes,
One of my
it's a good
favorites.
zoo.
Yeah.
And two hippos fucking saw it, and it was not great to watch. It was just like
Are they making that sound?
it took a while. It took a while to realize what was happening because you just saw kind of one kind of out of the water, and you're like, "What is that?" Because you could see it like splashing. And then I was with my mom, and she's like, "What's that thing?" And then we realized there was kind of a woman like hippo, just like kind of like head keep getting dumped in the water.
Imagining this hippo's
And
face,
I
like
watched my mom realize what was happening. She's like, "Oh," and then we're all just kind of like, "Oh."
imagine a hippo's face just getting like pressed against the glass. Of like, over and over and over.
There's a zoo video where these kids are at a zoo and there's like, it's a chimpanzee or monkey, but he picks up a frog. And everyone goes, "Aw, frog," and he starts jerking off the frog's head. And the parents are like, It is the funniest
And
thing.
the weirdest thing was when he put the frog down, it hopped back immediately.